lot of talk about all this racial shit, shooting and shit that's going on right now in the news.
Have all of the people killed by police been race murders? No. There's been several hands up, don't shoot. That was bullshit. Also, if you have your hands up for a couple of minutes while you're walking towards somebody with a gun drawn at you, telling you to stop, you're up to no good. And fuck your life. Sorry if I hate you, but if you don't like that, then there's nothing I can do about telling the truth. When I get pulled over, I am scared as fuck. In fact, I have had my vehicle searched because I was shaking so much. Because I'm afraid I'm going to get shot. And I always have been. You see, I have a problem with putting my life in the hands of someone else. And a man with a gun is my boss. When they pull you over, or they pull me over anyway, that's my boss. That's the boss man. Until it's time for him to let me go. Until he says I'm free, I'm sitting there, both windows rolled down, my hands on the steering wheel. I'm not fidgeting around, getting my shit ready for him to get there when he walks up. I want him to be totally and completely at ease. But then there's motherfuckers that say, fuck the police. And they'll just, oh yeah, you pulled over my cousin and now son, give a fuck. That's your boss man. And you do what the boss man says. There has been, and I've seen it and you've seen it, and it's worse now with video evidence, just some straight up fucking murdering. And I don't know what the deal is. Why someone who's normally supposed to be a good cop ends up murdering somebody. But you gotta look at it. Why at that moment that happened? It just doesn't make sense. A lot of shit that happens doesn't make sense. And what doesn't make sense also is how a man can shoot someone that's in handcuffs, and or someone that's on the ground with two other people standing on top of him, like in Louisiana. How can you shoot somebody like that and get away with it? How come there's not retribution for that? And I saw something the other day that told me that saying that all life matters is racist. It's bad. Well, all life does matter. Black lives matter. They say if you're not black, you can't understand. I'm pretty good about putting myself in somebody else's shoes, but I can tell you I haven't lived with it my entire life. But then there are people of color that don't have an issue. I run into people all the time that smile at me and just happy as hell, and then there's some that are pissed off. Perpetually fucking pissed off. I know it just seems to me trouble finds the right person most of the time. But how are the police not more careful right now than any other time with their weapons? This two riots that's going on last night, probably tonight too, is probably the way things are going. One of them was a black police officer who shot a black man with a gun, apparently. And then there was another man who was high as a kite on PCP, parked in the middle of the fucking road, walking around with his hands up for a minute, walking away from the cops with his hands up, and he gets to his car and reaches down into it. He had already been tased twice. They're giving him commands. I'm sure he's wild-eyed and weird looking, being high on PCP. But then, you go into your car, and one round was fired by a female officer. which totally doesn't fit the MO for a racist murdering cop, does it? No, it doesn't. It seemed like someone scared to death right there. Had to been. That has to be a strange situation to be in. I had a cop knock on my door last night, 10:30 at night, beating on my door, and I opened the door, and it's just the friendliest damn guy. My daughter had her cell phone stolen, and at work, she works at a gas station up the street, and he come and did the call, and then he just came to my house to let me know that her phone was gone. Really super nice guy. My little brother is a cop. I know some of you have seen the video of him swearing in, but man, I'm scared for him. And I know he's got good sense. He's grounded, and he's got damn good sense. He's like anybody else. Some things he's gifted, some things he's not. Well, having good sense about doing stupid shit, he's always been good about not doing stupid shit. As far as I know, he's never done drugs. He's never been drunk, even as far as I know. And I was always the proudest of him for that. But now he's putting his life on the line, especially these days. And I've met several Benton police officers, the city that I live close to, and they're all, well, most of them are wonderful people. Even when they pull you over for stupid shit you're doing, they're really nice. I've seen local police officers, stopping at McDonald's and getting a meal and then turning around and giving it to a homeless guy. I've seen that happen. My interaction with the police here is totally different. They're friendly people. They're family, almost. Some of them, my brother is family. But I got pulled over the other day, and you can see at the beginning of the Hillary Clinton video that I did, they got banned on Facebook and everything. I'll put a link right here for that. But you can see at the beginning of that video that I was pulled over, and I was scared for my life. He took my driver's license and he went back to his car, and I did a quick little, to make the video look cool, because I was already shooting that video anyway, and I just replaced a clip because I had that situation happen. But I'm scared shitless when I get pulled over by the police. I don't know how anybody could not do exactly what they were told until they were told to leave. I'm also, though, I'm a little bit upset that there's not enough retribution for cops that shoot people, innocent or not, that are still helpless people. It's a hard thing. Everybody wants to call you racist for everything these days, and I've seen more racism from blacks than I have whites lately. They think they're right to be pissed off and just be fucking assholes. Well, you can take a knee, or you cannot stand for the national anthem. That's a right. I don't think that's being an asshole. I think that's a peaceful protest. I don't think that is something that someone should be chastised for. I'm sorry. And I came out and said that. I said, fuck you. And fuck you. People gave their life for that flag. And you're protesting, I guess it did exactly what you wanted, Colin. Which is a smart thing. But at the same time, doing something is better than doing nothing. You understand? Get out there and do something for your community. Do something for somebody else. Everybody just needs to calm down, relax, love one another. Get out there and do something for your community. Get out there and volunteer. Do something. Don't do nothing. Don't just sit on your ass knowing that fucked up shit is happening and just let it slide. It's easy to get caught up in black and white, which is what the establishment wants. They want you to be fighting and divide and all that shit, but we are all just motherfuckers. We all people. All right? I just can't bring myself to hate somebody without knowing them and knowing why I should hate them. You know? Everybody right now on the internet is just talking the shit. Everybody wants to talk shit to everybody. I can't. I don't know. I get caught up and call somebody a moron or something like that every once in a while. But it's usually when they're being an asshole. See, that's when you're being a fucking asshole. That's when you lose it. My respect. You can disagree with me all you want, and I'll discuss it. But when you're an asshole about it, when you're offended because my opinion doesn't fit yours, nah. Black Lives Matter. You see how that went? Nothing fell on me, right? Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. I never got it. But seeing some of my classmates that I went to school with and people I know from back in the day arguing about this last couple of shootings, even though these people weren't innocent, and I most likely would have shot them before they got shot by the police, still, they got a point. I don't live with it, right? It's not just black people getting killed, though. You don't hear about all the white people just getting shot up. All the meth heads dying. All the heroin addicts just show up dead. You're not hearing about all that shit. Because they're white. You know why? Because they don't matter right now.
Lil Doggy.